Thank you for browsing page 121. Today we're going to jump into the Traveler Core Rulebook Update for 2022, and we're going to look at education, specifically military education, as part of the Traveler character creation. If you follow my channel, you know that I'm going to be doing an active duty campaign where my players will be the command crew and some of the crew members aboard an Imperial warship, and they're going to be having different adventures. I'm kind of throwing it to my players, kind of like Star Trek's 5-year mission. That's sort of what I have in mind for this. So we're going to be doing session 0. Fingers crossed, we're going to be doing session 0 next week. And we've already made 2 attempts to get to it, but through illness and work, we had to bail on it. So hopefully this time it'll go through and there won't be any real issues. It's looking pretty good. So part of the character creation in our session 0, I'm going to offer the players is going to be the Military Academy. The Military Academy is a pre-career education where you get some rounded skills and you get some advantages for your character. In the current campaign I'm running, where they all turn pirate, Adam was the only one, my son Adam was the only one that actually rolled a character with me. I created all the other characters because guys weren't interested in doing a session 0. But when they saw how well Adam's character did in character creation, they said, oh, well, let's do session 0 for this campaign. So I'm all for it. Just a quick recap, I'm doing this campaign where the players will actually be playing 3 different characters aboard the vessel. They'll have one character that's going to be in the command crew, one character will be in the middle ranks, so lieutenant, something around there, and then one character that'll be on the grunt level. That way we can mix and match characters and they can go on away missions and things like that, and it'll be still pretty dynamic for all of them. So that's the idea behind this. So we're doing the session 0, but because of time, we'll probably only create their characters in the command crew. And to that end, I wanted to bring the Military Academy to their attention, see if it was something they wanted to use for their characters. So going into the Military Academy, for those looking to dedicate their lives to military service, there's no better option than joining an academy to round out an education. This is a popular choice from those coming from military families or those who have grown up never considering anything other than life in uniform. A term within the Military Academy can set a recruit's career for great things, so competition to gain one of the limited number of open student slots is fierce. Your entry, before joining a military academy, you must decide whether it's the academy for the Army, Marines, or Navy. In this case, it will be Navy. So those characters will be the ones that have the option to go through it at the beginning of my campaign. So if it is Navy, for an Army, you have to make an endurance roll 7 or higher. Marines, endurance roll 8 or higher. Navy, intelligence 8 or higher, and you get a die modifier of -2 if it's your second term, and -4 if it's your third term. So basically they want the youngsters, the people that are going to be dedicated to what they're going to school for. For skills, you gain all the service skills of the basic military career at level 0, same as basic training. So you go to the chart and you see the service skills and you get all those, there's 6. You get all those at level 0. And then to graduate, you have to roll an intelligence roll or 7 or higher. If an 11 or higher is rolled, you graduate with honors. Die modifier +1 if your endurance is 8 or higher. Die modifier +1 if Soch is 8 or higher. And you say, why endurance? Well, because military academies stress the physical as well as the mental aspects. I might add education in here as a modifier. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. We'll see. So what do you get for going to the military school? Well, you get graduation benefits. If entering the same military career as the academy is tied to, select any 3 service skills and increase them to level 1. So the 6 skills you had at level 0, you get to pick which ones go to 1. Increase your education by 1. If the traveler graduated with honors, increase Soch by 1 as well. Graduation allows automatic entry into the military career the academy is tied to, so long as it is the first career attempted by the traveler after graduation. So you can't do the whole take a semester off and go backpacking on some planet, because then you're going to blow your chance to actually step into the career you want. And then we go to the last benefit. Graduation allows a commission roll to be taken before the first term of a military career. so long as it's the first career chosen after university, with die modifier +2. Success will mean that the traveler enters the career at officer rank 1. If graduation was with honors, the traveler will automatically pass this role. So that's pretty sweet. You get a commission right away, that leads to another skill, and it's a good thing. If a traveler attends a military academy but fails to graduate, they may still automatically enter the military career that the academy is tied to, so long as they did not roll a 2 or less on the graduation roll. If they choose to enter this career, they may not make a commission roll in the first term. So you dropped out of school for whatever reason, personal reasons, family problems, money. And then we get events during pre-career education. For any term a traveler spends in pre-career education, roll on the pre-career events table. As with career events, any other travelers may be linked as with the connection roll. Perhaps they even spent time in the same university or academy. If drafted through an event, enter the new career next term but do not graduate. This and similar effects can cause a traveler to be drafted more than once. So if one of your events comes up that you're not in the service anymore, then you can enter the draft. You possibly get drafted into the same service. So pre-career events. This is on 2 die 6, so we start with 2. You're approached by an underground and highly illegal psionic group who sense potential in you. You may test your psi and attempt to enter the psion career in any subsequent term. On a 3, your time in education is not a happy one and you suffer a deep tragedy. Perhaps you become hopelessly addicted to drink or drugs, a failed romance leaves you in tatters, or a fatal accident involving a close friend shakes your confidence. You crash and fail to graduate. So that'd be kind of a rough one to swallow. On a 4, a supposedly harmless prank goes wrong and someone gets hurt physically or emotionally. Roll a Soch 8 or up. If you succeed, you gain a rival. If you fail, gain an enemy. If you roll 2, you fail to graduate and must take prisoner career for your next term. That's pretty much going to be it for your military career. That's kind of a harsh one. I hope none of my guys rolls that one. 5, taking advantage of your youth, you party as much as you can study. As much as you study, you gain carouse 1. On a 6, you become involved in a tightly knit clique or group and make a pact to remain friends forever, wherever in the galaxy you may end. You gain die 3 allies. That's pretty nice. On a 7, life event, roll in the life events table. On an 8, you join a political movement, roll Soch 8 up. If successful, you become a leading figure. Gain 1 ally within the movement, but gain 1 enemy in wider society, so rival politician. A 9, you develop a healthy interest in a hobby or other area of study. Gain any skill of your choice, with the exception of jack of all trades, at level 0. That's pretty neat. So that would actually let you step outside of your service skills or anything else in your actual skills. So if you wanted to take a science or something, you could gain that at level 0. I thought that was pretty nice. On a 10, a newly arrived tutor rubs you up the wrong way. I've never heard it put that way. And you work hard to overturn their conclusions. Roll a 9 up on any skill you have learned during this term. If successful, you provide a truly elegant proof that soon becomes accepted as a standard approach. Gain a level in the skill you rolled, and the tutor becomes a rival. On 11, war comes and a wide-ranging draft is instigated. You can either flee and join the drifter career next term, or be drafted. You roll a die 6, 1, 2, 3, you go to the Army, 4, 5 Marine, 6 Navy. Either way, you do not graduate this term. However, if you roll 9, Soch 9 up, you can get enough strings pulled to avoid the draft and complete your education. You may attempt graduation normally and are not drafted. So you got a saving throw against that. That's kind of cool. And 12, you gain wide-ranging recognition of your initiative and innovative approach to study. Increase your Soch by 1. So you can get some pretty good stuff out of the old military career. It's something that I liked a lot. I remember reading it, and then when my guys didn't want to do the session 0 for their current characters, I just kind of set it aside. But when Adam decided to do his character, he was still in college, so I asked him if he wanted to do the military academy. He said, heck yes. So he ended up getting a legitimately enrolled admiral in the Imperial Navy who didn't like his mustering out, he didn't like his retirement pay, whatever. He became bitter and became basically a criminal outside the Imperium. So it's been kind of a fun dynamic with his character. But there you have it, the military academy for your characters as they're starting their career. You can go ahead and roll it in the character generation, or you can bypass it and just have the characters go in normally. There is a character creation section in the element class cruisers, and I am going to be looking at that, but I might just let my players do what we always did in other active duty campaigns, and that is I would let them just go ahead and roll their characters, but I would change any rolls that involve them getting removed from the career or anything like that. And that's why I want to do a session 0, because I want their input. They roll a roll that would get them thrown out of the career. I want them to tell me why it didn't happen and how the roll changed. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to this. This should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So next week, hopefully, we'll be doing the session 0. And that's what I've got. So that's all I got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please leave any comments below, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends, let's keep growing the channel. Also take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. Keep the channel growing, let me get a little bit more tech and that kind of stuff. So that's all I got today on page 121. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.